It shall be the first month of the year to you.
Okay, now we see where this is God, right?
Yes.
God declared the month of the first Passover. And they call it a Nisan, or you hear Abba, but we know it as what? March or April. Okay? The beginning of the new calendar, marking their new identity and freedom from Egypt bondage. The calendar New Year's is the new year for them, beginning of a new year. Calendar been white, God was starting to what? A new calendar. Okay? And the calendar's new year. Right before the last of the firstborn plague and the last of the plague. You know what I mean by firstborn? Well, he kills the firstborn. And then the last of the plagues, the 10th plague. All right, let's look at verse 3.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house.
Okay, now God has commanded the Israelites to select a flawless lamb or goat, on the 10th day of the first month. God was pretty specific, wasn't he?
Yes.
For the first Passover, one per household, foreshadowing Jesus as the what? Ultimate sacrifice with the blood on the Passover, blood of the Passover, right? On the doorpost, marking protection from judgment from the Passover. In initiating a new calendar focus on redemption, requiring families' faith in obedience. Now, he said, get it on the 10th day of that month, not the 9th. God was always about timing, wasn't it? When Jesus told him to go down there and pay the taxes, go down there and catch the what?
First fish.
First fish. Go now, catch the first fish. Always about timing. Like in Germany. Go to Autobahn, train say leaves at 10. You talking at 10:01, you don't train gone.
Oh, Jesus.
Luck is out there, but get it later. That's the natural. But God is about timing, right? And that's about being what? Obedience.
Amen.
It's all about timing. Okay, let's go to verse 4.
And if the house
Go ahead.
and if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to unto his house take according to the number of souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb.
Okay? If the household is too small to eat the whole Passover lamb, then you should what? Share it with your neighbors, the nearest neighbor. Counting the people and determining the portion of the lamb based on how much each person can eat. So you got to evaluate to see how much you can share. You don't want to have too much, and you want to have what? Too little. Okay? There was ensure no part of the lamb was wasted and what? Left over.
Oh, leftover.
Also, a community with a tradition suggesting a minimum of 10 people per lamb. So by them doing this, now they starting a tradition. Everybody going to eat from the lamb. First calendar year, this is your first New Year's. On the 10th day, get a lamb. If you don't have enough, then hope that your neighbor got enough to share with you. Somebody will. And if you got too much, then you go share with your neighbor. But evaluate, it said 10 per lamb, because the lamb is a year old. And everything, all lambs the same size at a year old. Not you got to, you know what I mean? But all in the same size. That's how they evaluate. At a year old, the lamb can feed 10 people. If it was 2 years old, then of course it changed. But God said what? Yearly. All right. So we got all that straight, right? God establishing these laws. All right, let's go to verse what?
Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats.
So this verse establishes the standard of what? Giving God what? The best.
Best.
Reinforcing personal responsibility. Because he's told Moses to tell everybody. So remember, they all gathered together, and Moses putting out this information from God. Their Facebook back then or whatever. I mean, he had to get to a place where everybody can hear. So he's establishing this, right? Reinforcing personal responsibility for redemption as each household provide its own flawless lamb from protection from the Passover. It was a man in the house responsibility to get that lamb. And if he didn't do it, somebody gonna die. Not everybody, firstborn. Firstborn. So if he had a firstborn, he's gonna die. And that was protected. He killed what? Firstborn animals too. Everything firstborn was going down. All right, let's look at verse 6.
And ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
All right, now here God don't command him again, right? Yeah. He commanded Israelites to keep that spotless lamb they picked on the what? 10th day, to hold it to what? 14th day.
4 days.
4 days, and kill it at the twilight, establishing the Passover ritual. So when the sun, at the twilight, everybody in sync was to kill that lamb. Not you do it, 10 minutes later he do it, because time is elapsing, right? So you've done it all in what? Same time. So no one be left out. So they hold the lamb for how many days? 4 days. 4 days. They check this lamb out, make sure it was what? Flawless. 4 days. Make sure the children don't grow nothing. Flawless. And then they all killed the what? Together. Establishing what? The first Passover. Okay. Now it said the 10th through the 14th. To ensure there was what? Without any blemish, symbolizing the necessity of a what? Perfect sacrifice.
Living among them.
Huh?
The perfect sacrifice living among them for them 4 days before it be sacrificed.
Okay, what do you mean living among them?
The reason God told them to take it on the 10th day and keep it for 4 days is so they knew that when they got on the 10th day, they knew 4 days from now that
No, it was just, well, you're right, but it was just established. Right. First time. 10 days, get the lamb, check him out. Make sure on the 4th day come, he ain't grew nothing. You know what I mean? You got to make sure the lamb is perfect. Check him out. Make sure he clean. Mm-hmm. Make sure you didn't miss nothing. Right. Well, this lamb had to been perfect, hadn't it? Yes. 4 days they're checking this lamb out. Because God didn't want no what? You don't give God the worst, right? Okay. So they checked it out for what? 4 days. And then what? Prefer to time likely between the sunset and total darkness when the lamb was what? Sacrificed. The whole assembly indicates all the family participated simultaneously, reflecting unity in their redemption from Egypt. God had them do everything in sync, together. Together. That established what? The first Passover. So he's setting the rules. Yes. Do it all together. And this is how you're supposed to what? How they're supposed to continue to do it until the Messiah, which some of them didn't accept. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's look at verse 7.
And they shall take of the blood and strike it on 2 sides posts and on the upper door posts of the house, wherein they shall eat it
What was that last part you said? So they okay.
Okay.
So they shall eat
Post
it. Okay.
of the house
Gotcha.
wherein they shall eat it.
Okay. So God told him to what? He told Moses told him to put what? The blood on the what? Doorposts around the house.
Right. The sides and the top.
Doorposts. Okay. That's the top and sides. And he done this for what? So that what?
So
The destroyer, the angel,
would see
would
and
not
die.
come and snatch that firstborn out. So what they were doing was establishing what they was listening to what the Lord said do.
Yeah.
Faith. Now, Jesus. You don't accept Jesus' blood. That's between you and the destroyer when you go to the other side.
Yeah.
Same thing. Preparing them. Preparing them. And when Jesus came, he thought that these people he created us, that he'll fall right in sync with most of them. Because all of them done this out of Egypt, right? They all done it in sync.
Yeah.
Then when Jesus came, we supposed to be what? Taking his blood and be what? In sync. But what happened? The Jews didn't do it. Way he expected. Some of them did. So then he said, okay, now the door's open. We was always going to be allowed, but it speeded up the time when they rejected him. Elder James, he was telling me that when he went to Israel, you know, the tourists take him around. The tourists knew all about Jesus, but he ain't crossing that line. He's a tourist. And Elder James said, he told him, you know, much as you know about Jesus, I'm surprised you're not a Christian. He said, no, I'm not. But last time I knew about it, you ought to be glad that we didn't accept him. You know what I mean? Because we didn't accept him, now that's how you got accepted. But it was going to happen anyway. It was just a matter of time. But Elder James didn't say nothing to me, but he just said that the comment the guy made, you know. Okay, let's go to verse what? 8.
And they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
Roasting. He didn't say boil it. He
Make
said
sure they
what?
cook it.
Fire.
Yes, fire,
And we know that fire symbolized certain things in the Old Testament, in the New Testament.
purity.
Purification. And plus, roasting and fire represent what? Holiness and judgment upon the sin. Because Jesus said that what? Fire. And we know where he got that from, because the fire that was burning constantly in Israel at the trash dump, he said, well, hell would be like that. Continuous fire. Upon sin, right? In Egypt, and then he said also roasted, because Egypt, other custom would boil their meat. And he didn't want it to look like pagan religion. So he said, Jews, you're going to roast yours. Because because he wanted to be totally consumed. Because when you boil it, all the meat falls, not all the meat, but a lot of the meat falls into the water. But when you burn it, it's all gone. What you eat, then the rest is gone. But if you boil it, a lot of it's in the water. And you ain't going to drink the water. I hope not. If y'all boiling chickens today. What you doing? You make broccoli soup probably, huh? All right, I'm staying correct. I'm not a cook. But he said roast it because it meant something. Burn it. Not burn it, but you know what I mean. Put it under the fire. And this was a way to establish a what? Unique identity and avoid pagan ritual. Because if people see you doing it, they say, well, they're doing the same thing. Egyptians, you're doing the same thing we're doing. But they're not. They're roasting it. Roasting it. And roast the entire lamb, including the head, the legs, what? Inner parts, signify complete, unblemished, and holy offering. Burn it all. Cook it all. Unleavened bread represented what? Haste. We got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. And then bitter herbs symbolize what? The bitterness of.
Been in slavery for 40 years.
Give me a chance.
And the suffering.
Give me a chance.
Oh.
Represents what? Slavery that they were in. Okay? The bitterness of slavery. Okay. Now, some of you been in the military. We're going to have a recall 4 o'clock in the morning. Did y'all sleep with y'all clothes on? Did y'all sleep with your uniform on? I did. Except for the boots. Because 4 o'clock in the morning is early. Don't want to get up anyway. And you got to be what? Got to be checked in by a certain time. Recall. You got to say you got an hour to be in there. Everybody should be recorded about 90 minutes. So you want to be what? Ready to go. Ready to go. In the field, most people didn't take off all their clothes. Most people didn't. Some did. But I slept with my clothes on. Because now I got to pull guard duty and all that mess. I got to be ready. So this is the same thing. Be ready. So when I say move, you ain't got time, you trying to put on your shoes, tripping and falling. No, we got to go. Okay. We got that, right? All right, let's look at verse 9. Eat not of it raw, nor what? Meaning what? Boil. At all with water, but roast with fire his head, his legs, and what? Everything. Of course, yeah, everything. Yeah. Now they cleaned the animal now. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They did clean it. Y'all with me, right? You know
Just
what I'm
like
talking
you
about?
field dress a
Yeah, okay.
when you hunt.
Roasting was the only proper way to prepare designated sacrificial lamb for eating. This verse emphasized that the cooking method matters. Every bit of the lamb was to be consumed. And boiling would, boiling, it'll leave residue in there. So it was like field dressed into the water. So that's why, no, every bit of it got to go. Every bit of it. So you couldn't boil it. You had to do what? Like God said, roast it. So every bit of it's consumed. Every bit of it's consumed. All right, let's look at 10.
And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
Don't let it, he said what? Leave it there to what? To the morning. If there's anything left over, burn it. What would you think would be left over? I didn't hear you.
The bones.
The bones. Don't eat the bones. Burn them. Okay? So they said consume everything. And why would he tell you to consume everything? When y'all do y'all prayer, what's your prayer? Don't say something about eating.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Our daily bread. God said, depend on me. Get rid of it. I'm going to feed you. You ain't got to worry about putting bologna sandwiches in your pocket like we used to as a kid, you know.
Yeah, we used to as
Yeah.
kids.
Y'all done that? Got to go. Got to take a sandwich out with me while I'm running around the boys. So God said, don't trust in yourself. I'm taking you out. I'm going to feed you. Because food can rotten on you anyway. But God said, you depend on me. I'm going to feed you. Depend on me. Just like a child depends on what? The parents. Think a child worrying about eating? Not normal. They know what? You're going to feed them. They depend on us. That's why God said the kingdom of heaven like a child. It depend on. We depend on God. You know, we depend on God. So that's why he told them to do that. For what? To depend on him. Okay? And also show what? Obedience when you've done it. When God told them to do something, just like in the military, if I told you as a chief, if I told you I need you to go do this, I don't have to say this is an order. I just told you. Considered an order. I don't have to say this is an order. When if I tell you go do something, if Command Sergeant Major Rafford told him to do something, you don't have to say this is an order. Command Sergeant Major just told you to do something. So what? You do it. So God is telling them what to do. Because he already told them, I am the God of Abraham, Isaac. I don't have to go through all that with y'all people. So he told them, this is what you do. And they're supposed to follow what he said to do. The Bible tells us what to do. We're supposed to follow the Bible on what to do. If you got a question about something, go look in the Bible. Of course, we know everything is not in there, but common sense is in there. Okay? So God has established this. He don't establish what? Take the first, take the goat or the lamb for what? The 10th day, hold it to the 14th day. Kill it all together. Kill it all together, right? If you don't have enough, your neighbor gonna give you some. If you got too much, then you help somebody else, right? Put the blood on the doorpost, right? Sleep with your clothes on. Sleep with your clothes on. Don't be out here trying to make a donut with sugar all on it. Just, you know what I mean? Putting all the stuff on it, you ain't got time for that. Just cook the bread. Don't be sitting waiting on it to rise, because it might be time to go. So cook the bread, right? Cook all the food. And don't depend on yourself. Don't be trying to, the next morning, if you got something, be trying to stuff it down your bag. I'm going to feed you. Because they done that, remember they done that with manna from heaven, and what did they do? It rotted. So God said, depend on me. Depend on me. He's establishing this new, like a covenant with them. Okay?
Yes,
So that's where we at, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, what verse we on?
11.
11. Do I want to read 11?
And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover.
Eat it in what?
Haste.
Haste. Don't be sitting there joking and talking, you know what I mean? You're not at Luby's. He's saying eat it.
Eat it like you're in basic
eat
training.
it. Put it down. Like my wife tell me, boy, sometimes you eat like you ain't had nothing eaten in a week. Slow down.
Like basic training.
Yeah.
X amount of time.
Yeah.
Sit down.
So he said, eat it in. God said what? Eat it. This is God telling Moses. Moses telling him to eat it in haste. Don't be playing around. Eat the food. Consume it. Right?
Yes, sir.
And that was 11, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then he said what? Immediate readiness to depart from Egypt. They were to eat it in haste, fully dressed with cloaked up, fastened, sandals on, and staff in hand, symbolizing what? Urgency and obedience to the Lord. So they just what? Step in spot. Be ready to go. And we know why God said be ready to go, because when they did go, them boys came after them, didn't they? Egypt whole army came after them. Okay, we're in verse what? 12? All right, let's go to verse 12.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord.
Okay. After that, how many plagues did they have so far? I remember? 9 so far. 9 catastrophic plagues so far, right? The Lord is about to make good of his what? Promise of a what? 10th plague. This will invoke the death of every firstborn human and every firstborn animal. Servant to the house. Even to what? Pharaoh's house. He's not exempt. Gonna get him too. This would be the ultimate proof that the God of Israel, not idol gods, are the only one true God. So when he done this, their little gods they had in Egypt, he showed that they what? No power. Now the devil was involved. The devil has power because remember the plagues, they was matching Moses. They was matching until he done one plague and they said, uh-oh, what did he do? Turn dust to life. Remember? When they done that, they turned dust to light. They said, uh-oh, can't do that. Well, they was trying to match him. So we can't do that. Okay, let's go to verse what?
13. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the house where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt.
So God said, if I see the blood, I'm going to pass over. When we transition to the other side, you can't go before God. You'll blow up. You can't see God and you can't see him. So the blood will be what? Jesus. So when we go to the other side, when he see Jesus leading us, the blood of Jesus, he'll what? He'll pass us, let us through. Otherwise, you're on your own. Everything God done in the Old Testament, he done to prepare us for Jesus. The things he said in the Old Testament, preparing us, we went in the Old Testament, is preparing them for Jesus. Same thing. Same thing. And the problem, of course, the Jews won't accept it because Jesus didn't come down here whooping on people. Because God had fought wars for him. He always did. And they was depending on him to do it because it's a cycle. In trouble, out of trouble. In trouble, out of trouble. Then when Jesus came, in trouble, I'm here for your soul now. No. You always get us out. No, I'm here for your soul. Then you're not the Messiah. I mean, they believe that. I mean, right? You're not the Messiah. Because you're supposed to do this for us. Because you're the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. I don't see Wheelwright in there or Kennedy in there. What are you talking about? You are God. You're supposed to get us out of it. Jesus said, no, come for your soul. And they couldn't accept that. 2,000 years later, they still don't accept it, most of them over there. They said Jesus ain't came yet. You can't argue with them. You can't argue with nobody. You just let them hate. Do you? Hey, that's what you believe. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Because you can't change nobody. This church can't change nobody. You got to want to change. We put the gospel out. You all put the gospel out, but it's your choice. Gospel can't make you change. You got to be willing to what? Change. I hear the gospel. I accept it. You got to change. When everybody hear the gospel, don't change. When you can't judge them. That's between what? Them and the Lord. You just keep on doing what you're supposed to do based on the gospel. And let Lord do that. And it can be rough. It can be rough. But that's just how it is. Now, don't get caught up in the mess that I'm the only one going to heaven. Don't get caught up in that because we don't see the same thing God sees. We don't see it. Okay? All right, so we in verse what?
14.
14?
And
Go ahead.
go ahead.
And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord. Throughout your generation, ye shall keep it as a feast by an ordinance forever.
Okay, so God has what? Established the Passover as a what? Perpetual ordinance festival, right? For the Israelites. To what? Commemorate their deliverance from Egypt. It instructs that this day shall be a memory and a lasting ordinance for all future generations, right? For all future generations. Memory of God, saving act. And this serves as the foundation of a feast called what? The Feast of the Unleavened Bread.
Unleavened bread.
That's the reason they celebrate that feast. Any questions? Yes.
So isn't our celebration of Easter
Easter?
well, the resurrection. Excuse me, the resurrection of
You
Christ.
okay, man?
Yeah.
All right.
Isn't that our transition from the Passover? Because, like you said, the Passover was God commemorating how He brought him out of bondage. Well, Jesus dying on the cross and being resurrected from us is bringing us out of the bondage and the bondage and salvation from sin. Correct? Or
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we celebrate what? The third day. And that's Christians. Of course, do people still do sacrifices? Yeah, some people still do. In the other side of the world. Probably got them in America do it. I don't know, because we got some peoples here, different background. So it was established then. Just like laws that was established. Adam and Eve. Did they have a law in the beginning?
They didn't need it.
They didn't need a law. They were little gods.
Yes,
They-
were.
Did God say, okay, I'm gonna name this giraffe, and God said, no, you need to name him goat. God didn't interfere. It was all given to him. Was there a right or wrong with Adam? Was there a right or wrong? There wasn't no right or wrong. Only thing you become right or wrong when you got evil in the world. Because if you're right, you don't know you're wrong. So it wasn't no right or wrong. Because they was what? Doing what God say do. Right or wrong came in when sin came in. Then we decide what was right and what's wrong. Somebody had their hand up.
So when you asked about there was no law, wasn't the only law that don't eat from that? I mean, I'm asking. I'm not sure.
That wasn't a law. That was God telling them.
That was an order.
That was God saying you can eat every tree here, but don't eat of that tree.
Basically, it was disobedience.
It was disobedience.
Okay, gotcha.
When they ate of the tree, they said, "I can do this on my own." And the devil only works with you when you accept him. He's cunning, and he tricked them. I know we off the subject, but that's okay. He tricked them because he said, "You shall be like God." They already was like God. Adam was already a little God. Earth was his. But the devil said, "You know right from wrong."
He also said, surely you won't die. And they didn't understand that was the scripture that they would die. But he said, surely.
Yeah. He told them that. They didn't understand that. They didn't understand what dying meant. Curiosity got them. They give him the mic.
No,
I have the mic back here.
Okay.
I thought we were wrapping up.
There you go thinking. That's how the devil done it. Had him what? Had him start thinking, well, I can die. What is dying? Eat of this and you'll find out, you surely won't die. Just tricked them. Same thing do us today. He comes in our mind. And if I tell you, Jesus didn't talk to the devil, well, the Bible's something wrong with the Bible. Because he sure did talk to the devil. But how did Jesus beat the devil? He beat him. You got a mic, brother?
Through the word.
Jesus didn't argue with the devil. He just what? Quoted scripture. Because he's there with the Father. He know what the Father told him. So he just quoted scripture. Then the devil said, oh, all this kingdom I give to you. Just like he tricked Adam and Eve. What do you mean all this kingdom gonna get it? Jesus gonna get it anyway. He created it. He's using flesh mind on him. All these things I give you. No. Like he told Pilate. No, you wouldn't be able to do what you do unless my Father allowed you. So the devil ain't not dead. I'm saying ain't not dead. He's come to your mind. Still influence us if you're not careful. He'll mess you up. I mean, he'll mess you up suddenly. It'll be real smooth. He'll mess you up. You just got to accept and know, realize he's there, and pray. Ask Lord forgive you when you do something. But don't think you untouchable. Don't think you so holy that you can't. Devil ain't gonna fool with you. If he talked to Jesus, he's definitely gonna talk to you. He's definitely gonna talk to you. Okay. Any other question? I know it's sort of off. But what we get out of here is, here's God establishing what? All these things are going to take place. And remember now, he gave Moses the law. And the law to show you is what? You need Jesus. When the first death took place, God came down and said, where's your brother? Then he got smart. Am I my brother keeper? Got smart. And God said, I can hear his blood crying. Then God judged that guy later on. God did, because he hadn't established the law. Then he gave the law later on to Moses. Gave the law. Because there was no law. In the beginning, there was no law. He had to come down and establish it. Because you thought you were doing right with your crazy self. My crazy self. He had to establish, no, you're wrong. Okay. What's up, sis?
Is this considered, I know this is like the first Passover, right?
Yes,
In commemoration.
it is the first Passover.
Was it also letting them know about Jesus Christ coming in to being the second Passover?
Well, what he done was, after Moses got him out of Egypt, God started sending prophets. Every prophet talked about Jesus. Every one of them talked about Jesus. But their mindset was, he gonna come whoop the what? The Romans. Whenever he come, he gonna whoop somebody. So the time the prophets coming, now here come the Roman there, whooping on them. So they waiting on the Messiah to come down to do what? Whoop the Romans. That ain't what Jesus said he's gonna do. Whoop the Romans. And then when Jesus come down and tell me, hug and kiss your neighbor, oh, they really flipped out. Okay, here this guy show up with a white hood on, with KKK on, and then Jesus said, go hug him. I know y'all was in the, That's what he told him to do. Say, pray for him. Because you got to show a difference. So that's why they just didn't want to hear what Jesus had to say. You talking about love your neighbor, and you need to kill these son of a guns. So that's the problem they still have and they had. Any other questions? We're good? Okay. That concludes Sunday school for today. And I heard y'all had some nice weather. Oh, boy. happened a couple times up there while we was there. Truck pulling them. Of course, you know, truck go around the curves. And there's a thing up there with leaves on the car, what? Trees. And they was hitting trees. One guy gonna finish the canoe. You know what I mean? To the canoe. Come on in, everybody. Truck gonna pull him. Messed him up too. Pull the canoe.